Hello, and welcome to today's collective reading, where we are going to be looking at the collective energy around a situation. Remember that as they are collective readings, there may be some things that resonate with you, and there may be some things that don't resonate with you. Feel free to take the things that do resonate and leave behind the things that don't resonate. So without further ado, let's take a look at the first oracle card, which is connected to the moon and astrology. This is the full moon in Cancer card, which says a personal issue reaches resolution. Things are likely to get very heated as full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding the question or what's going on in your heart in this situation. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. This card indicates time, which asks us to move into those personal spaces, especially around family. It also heralds a time to deal with, family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. This card shows us that whatever issue you had is now coming to an end. And it also suggests that this domestic or private issue will soon be over. And that it might be a good time to move house, to make changes in your physical space. And the answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. So this is the time for you to step up and overcome your insecurities. It may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. The heightened emotional state of Cancer, of the full moon in Cancer, cannot be ignored. There's a lot of emotion around this situation and in your life at the moment. So astrologically speaking, the moon loves to be in Cancer. In fact, she rules Cancer. This means that with this card, there's a sense that all is as it should be, and don't worry, if it's not right now, it all will be very soon. The second card that we got in is an affirmation card, which says, when I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. I'll repeat that. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. And in fact, if we look at the three cards that have come in from the tarot, we can see a really beautiful picture about being connected to family at this time. We've got the Ten of Cups, which depicts a family, a couple and their two children, dancing around what looks like their farm, and there's a beautiful rainbow in the sky, and they're celebrating, and there's 10 cups. And there's water and greenery and the beautiful house here. So when we see this, we can see that whatever family or home issue has been going on for you at the moment is really at a place where it's going to be resolved very soon. This is a space where things are just really moving in a positive direction. They're celebrating. They've got this amazing space around them. And this is what is going to be the resolution of this situation. Like we saw with the full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. There's also a nod here about spending time with your family, making sure that you get enough time with your family. And when we connect that to the previous affirmation card, which says to us, when I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. It's talking about really living through those joyful moments. Being with family, spending time in the sun, which is the next tarot card that comes through. The sun is here as well. Again, talking about celebration and positivity and the fact that what you're working towards with you and your family and in your domestic space is going to come to fruition. This is optimism and joy and vitality, and that the fact that there's a lot of just sunlight coming into this situation. In fact, it's very interesting because the affirmation card depicts a sun on it, and the Cancer card depicts a moon on it, which is really connecting those two spaces in a way that shows us that there's going to be a reconciliation of these two different spaces, the internal and the external. And that's really powerful for us, right? So it's a symbol of innocence and having fun, but there's also a horse on the card, which shows us strength and the fact that there's really a lot of abundance in this situation. You have something that at the moment might be a little bit in transition, but that transition is ending soon and you're really going to be able to reap the benefits. There may be a sense of resisting this change a little bit. That's why we've got the Tower upside down here. which if you look at the tower, it's like just a chaotic card where people are falling out of this tower and there's fire and lightning and rain and just, it's not a happy picture. But when it's in this reverse position, we may find that we have either really avoided something or that we're trying really hard to delay the inevitable change that's coming at the moment, right? There's something coming and this personal issue is going to be resolved, but it's going to take a little bit of difficulty around the transition. This isn't something that's going to be a completely calming and perfect transition. It's going to be something that's asking us to be a little bit aware of what it is that we're going through, aware of what it is that we're feeling, and paying attention to those feelings. We may find that it's a little bit hard and that we're resisting that change a lot like a Cancer would. Actually, Cancers are notoriously protective of their spaces and of their lives and not that interested in changing how things are. Remember that it's okay to go through these things. The breakdowns of something in your past doesn't mean that there's not something beautiful in your future, and that it's okay that through the destruction, you will feel, even if it's a little bit painful, what it is creating space for new and really just much more exciting and beautiful things to come through. You may have had some difficulty financially, and those things are going to be relieved, okay? You may have had some difficulties within your family life or within the home that you've created, but those are being released. That's what this Tower in reverse is showing us. The final card that we have in this drawing is the City card, and this is connected to your past life or to the past life of many people who are listening to this collective reading. It says that you are a soul that has lived in this city, more in the city than in the countryside, and that you are a soul who likes to be surrounded by people. I think this is really calling our attention again to the necessity of social interactions, especially within the family and within the people that are nearest to you and dearest to you. In past lives, you probably really liked going out and having that time with people. So right now is a really powerful time to be doing that. You loved going places, getting invitations. You loved being connected. You loved having dialogue with the people. And that loneliness can be kind of heavy for you. If you're not connected with the people in your life, you may be feeling currently like something's missing. And you want to have people who are on the same wavelength as you. It's something that feeds your soul and feeds your heart. Those dynamic bonds that you make with the people in your life are really powerful. And we see that in the full moon in Cancer card as well. This is a space where we talk about the importance of family and talk about the importance of being connected to that joyful space. We've also got this coming in with the 10 of Cups that shows us family. Family is important. Family is where it's at right now. It's the time to celebrate because things are changing, and release the resistance to that change just a little bit if you can. The Tower calls for us to say, it's okay to lose a little bit of that sense of security in order to move into new spaces, because those new spaces are actually going to be so chill. They're going to be so relaxed. They're going to really connect you back with your family. They're going to really connect you back with abundance. That's so clear. And they're really going to connect you back with your joyful presence. Just have to get through that little piece of, I'm scared of moving forward. Okay, I hope this reading was helpful for you today. Just a reminder, you can always go back and find a different reading if something didn't resonate. And if some part of the reading didn't resonate, just leave it behind. No worries. It is a collective reading. So there is always room for a little bit of information that may not be totally yours. Thank you very much. Again, I am Simone, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. Have a beautiful day.